first in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana.
I say, here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
You got the dollars? You got the dollars? See the special man on YouTube. He's got it all.
I got an offer. I got the dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars.
I say. This is Johnny's, the place that'll let you have it with no problem.
Let him have it.
Johnny has a sale right now. I say. This is Johnny's place. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man.
Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you give us the offer.
You got the dollars. You got the offer. Well, let him have it with no problem. Let him have it.
You got it.
I am looking for some jewelry. End of line.
Do you have any credit?
No, I was recently involved in a divorce. End of line. Look, I'm not one of those maybe it's Maybelline gals, okay? I just want to go out on the town with Sheila and accessorize some.
See, special man.
I don't know about you, but this dough girl is going to Johnny's place. Check out Cajun Roots Reseller right now. I say. Go see the special man and tell him the dough girl sent you.
Hello, good morning and welcome on this Thursday morning, August the 1st already. How is everybody doing this morning? Hello, good morning and welcome. First in the chat was Scarlett. Hello, good morning and welcome. And yes, it's already August the 1st. Little Debbie, hello, good morning and welcome. And Regina, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Randy, hubby's cooking breakfast. Awesome. Good morning, hello, and welcome. And then we have Anna Marie. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Miss Tina. Hello, good morning and welcome. She's sitting here like Bo Derek and got her fan floating in the air. You go, girl. Let's see who else we have. Jennifer. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Heather and Shane. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Welcome.
Hi, American Honey. Tina.
I'm sure we'll start to feel better soon. Yes, get better soon. Definitely. All right, so today the only thing I'm going to do on the calendar is there is 2 birthdays today. First, you have I Spy Queen Anitra's birthday is today. If you see her or she does a live, don't forget to tell her happy birthday. As well as Road Glide Reseller Andrew's birthday is also today. So if y'all see them coming on in the chats or you see them somewhere around in the YouTube world, make sure you tell them happy birthday. So today our topic is going to be about buyouts. And the reason we're talking about that is because I know myself and Ms. D has also done some buyouts. And so I was trying to get someone else in, but they can't make it. So I asked Ms. D, and Ms. D says yes. So before we get started, Ms. D, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself, about your channel, promote what you do during the week, and with you collaborating with others.
Well, I'm pretty busy and booked and stuff during the week. I'm on with Dawn Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 6 Central, and then my channel Wednesday and Thursday, 6 Central. And we are variety sellers, and we bring you really good prices. But I want to thank Johnny for letting me come on and having me as a guest today. And I will be on 3 of his shows this month. I'm looking forward to it. But
Craig. No, Craig, you don't get the gold one now until you get to 1 million. And that'll never happen for a while. So I'm not, no. Come on, Craig. No. Good morning, Craig, by the way. Happy hashtag Night Glenn. So Ms. D does have shows on her channel. Plus she does collaborating with Dawn's channel and guests on their channel. Yes. So the reason I asked Ms. D to come on up today is because, what was it? 2 months now you've been selling fabric.
Yeah.
We brought out that buyout from fabric. And that's why I reached out to her, because I purchased a lot of that fabric because I needed some for some projects I was doing. And it just so happened she had some great pieces of fabric by the yards, by the pieces. She even had brought in some kits and stencils and all that kind of good stuff. So before we actually get started, my first question is, what is your determination when purchasing something as a buyout? What makes you determined to buy it?
Whether I can use it or resell it. and the price that I can sell it for, because I know what fabric is in a quilt store versus Walmart. I don't buy fabric from Walmart, but I do get it from quilt stores because it holds up better. But anyways, I make sure I get it where I can offer my people reasonable prices.
Yep. Now, for those who are thinking about maybe getting into buying out someone's either store or some retail store, how do you go about that?
Well, the fabric that I bought it from another reseller. She bought out the store. And so I got a really good price through her because she was just, getting rid of it and stuff.
Yep.
So in actuality, I have not bought out a store per se, just through a second party.
Right. Well, the thing about it too is whenever you're doing this, it's another way of resourcing.
Yeah.
For example, I've bought out 3 eBay stores and someone's Etsy store. They were wanting to get out. And basically the best way to do it is when you go through, say, for example, it's an eBay store and somebody wants to get out. And when you're doing that, granted, you got to look at everything they have, or do you want it all?
Right.
And then, of course, you have to negotiate pricing. You also have to make sure when you're buying that kind of thing that are you going to be able to resell it? Are you going to be able to make your money back? So you got to look at the cost it's going to cost you to purchase all of that, plus the shipping. And is it in condition enough that you can resell it? For me, when I did the eBay buyout from 3 stores I bought and 1 Etsy store, basically we went through it and we looked at everything and said, okay, I don't want this because there's certain things that just won't sell. You got to kind of look at the whole picture when you're doing a buy. There's some things like, for example, when stores go out of business, that's another way you can do buyouts. With that too as well. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask away in the chat, please. Seems like buying out a store could be rather overwhelming, depending on what it is. You have to make sure you have the manpower, you have the ability to move that type of product.
Yeah. And the space, definitely the space to store it.
Exactly. We have somebody new in the chat today, so let us everybody give a big warm Cajun Roots reseller. Welcome to Crab Town Resell.
Welcome.
Are you still watching your content? Well, thank you very much. I like that. And thank you for coming on in the live show. We do this every Monday through Friday. And so today's topic is about reselling when you're doing buyouts. So when you decided to buy all that fabric out, did you purchase it all or did you just be selective of what you purchased?
I purchased pretty much 85% of it. And that was quite a bit. It was over several weeks. But I also buy from other resellers too. Or I also go to these high bid auctions, but I have to, of course, watch my price. But that works out really, really well.
Right. Michael, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Reseller Rabbit has a video where he shows how he bought out a Staples store. I never heard of Real Rabbit. Interesting. Put his channel a link in the chat. So yeah, there's other ways you can purchase out. For example, I don't know if it's still in everywhere, but I know like with Joann's did their bankruptcy, a lot of the places around here were definitely getting rid of a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
And that's another way you can pick up on retail items, reselling. Down the medium good UK. Yeah, that's Scarlett. Good morning, everyone. Yep. Good morning, Michael. So
and
whenever
we have a lot of thrift stores around here too, where I live. And there's one that I like to go to. It's ran by a boys club or something, but they have awesome stuff in there. That is a sweet honey hole there to buy from.
Right. Now, have you ever bought anything other than that fabric out with somebody or bulk items of something from someone or anywhere?
I bought out some jewelry, because I do sell some jewelry. It's mostly custom jewelry, but I did find some good stuff in the jewelry. You can find some surprise things. I bought out, this lady had 12 rings and she sold it to me for $12. And I thought, oh, well, yeah, I can $2 a piece or $3 a piece. This one just popped out at me and there was nothing wrong with it. It was totally different. I should have brought it online today. I went and had it appraised by a jeweler, and I got the COA on it. $785.
Wow.
It appraised at, and I paid $1 for it.
That is
Because
awesome.
12 rings, $12.
Right.
And that's the kind of stuff that, is rare, but
Yeah. Well, a good thing too is when you're doing that type of buying, especially with bulk items,
yeah,
you just never know what's going to be hidden inside of that.
yeah.
Well, for
gotta really-
example, I purchased somebody who was getting out of the YouTube that was doing online YouTube sales, and they lived a couple of towns away from me. And so we made a little meetup, and I purchased all of her jewelry. And the very first item I sold, that item paid for the whole lot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you can do some great buying.
Yeah.
Let's see here. To do that kind of buying out, what kind of cash outlet is one looking at? It all depends on your budget. You have to make sure it's within your budget.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you also have to make sure you're willing to do that. And is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be able to be your worth of time going through it, sourcing and comping them? Or are you going to be able to resell it? So
Right.
that's the best thing about it. You got to look at all of that before you determine to buy it. Like, for example, last year, I bought out a private buy off of somebody off of YouTube. I spent $2,500 and I got, what was it? 58 pounds of jewelry. Yeah. And there's some great pieces in there.
Yeah.
I like well done.
It's
Oh,
you got to know what you're looking for, and plus you got to invest in the equipment. Like if you're doing gemstones and stuff, you got to have the precision, and also the cleaning material. You've got to know how to clean that jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah. Glenn, hello, good morning and welcome. How are you doing? Hashtag not Glenn. Uni Magic, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. There's a Crab Town Resellers link. Check it out and see if you're subscribed. If you're not, follow. I just went there and noticed that they had some videos I gotta go check out. And I am following you already. So if anybody has any questions about this, please make sure to ask away in the chat. So sounds like one needs several thousands of dollars available to work with. Not always. Not always. No. I've did some buyouts from eBay, those who wanted to get out of eBay, and I might have paid $200-300. It all depends on what they have. Do your research before you make a price, and be able to negotiate. You got to make sure and say, look, this is the most I would pay. Would you take it? But you got to do your research. That's right. Do your research.
Yeah.
You've got to, because some things you just never know what's really hidden in there. And they may not have gone through it all, but you also have to be willing to clean it too if it's jewelry, if it needs to be cleaned. What's this? This is, thank you, Michael. Let's see. Revive It Sisters has, let's see here. Oh, I know who he is. Yeah, I'm already subscribed to him. Thank you, Michael. I didn't realize it was him. All right, we help out someone who has having a one-day yard sale, and after talking to her, she left out of town and was not sure what to do with it all, and left what was left over. That's another thing you could do too, especially when somebody's having a garage sale. Make that contact. Let them know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And anyone partner up with a split of the goods and work? I don't see why not.
Yeah. It's been done.
Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube where some people have gone into partnership with somebody and said, look, I'll split it with you or whatever. If there's certain things that they have and you just want certain of those items, for example, you may want the jewelry and they have PlayStations and games like that.
Yeah.
And you don't want it, but then they do. Then yeah, y'all can work it. And yeah, as long as y'all work together, and I don't see why not. Let's see. That's why I want to do YouTube, to meet people in a real life. Yes, great to do meetups. Veronica, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody's saying hello and good morning. How are you this fine morning? I'm blessed. How about you? So yeah, if you have any questions having to do with buyouts or what to do and how to do it, ask away. That's what we're here for today. That's our topic today. Go to sleep after midnight. Wow.
But do your sourcing. You can source rummage sales are really good. Thrift stores, Goodwill bins. We don't have Goodwill bins here, but we have a Goodwill store. Let's see where else. I stay away from antique stores because they are priced above.
Yeah.
You know, we have a really huge one here in town, and I go in there to browse, see if there's something I want personally. But
Yeah.
I do a lot of bidding on high bid.
Revive It
Local-
Sister says, ask the person doing the yard sale. They most likely don't want to deal with what's left over. Offer to come back and pick it up. That exactly. Make that communication. Make that network. Yeah, they're going to be nasty here. Yeah, it's supposed to be in the 90s here today.
Yeah, we're supposed to be 100.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Live Style Rewind. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. So that's another thing when you go on, because I even done that before when I went to a citywide garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
The lady had 3 racks of LuLaRoe items, new with tags. There was a customer that was there looking at the items, and I went up to the owner of the house who was doing the garage sale, and I asked her, I said, how much you would want for all those items on those racks?
Yeah.
All the LuLaRoe. And she said, wait, all of it? I said, yeah. So she looked at everything and she says, $60. I couldn't get that money out of my wallet fast enough. But I've already, in the first 3 items I sold of those that I bought, I made my money back.
Yeah.
I already made my money back. Everything else was profit. So don't be afraid, because the lady asked me, well, what do you do? Why are you buying all this? She was a rep, and she just got out of it, and she just had all this inventory. And like I told her, I'm a reseller. I do YouTube. Well, what's your YouTube channel? Here's my card. You know, don't be afraid to tell people what you do, especially these garage sales or even at church sales.
Oh,
I've even had that where I've gone to a church sale and I got in contact with the person who was running it. And I told her, I said, look, if anything's left after, I'll be glad to come by and buy it all out. She said, no, we're going to give it away. You're more than welcome to come on. I'll call you after. What's your number? So I gave her my card. And she said, come back after. She sent me an email and she said, will you be able to come back after the morning service? Because we want to make sure everybody in the congregation first gets any choice of what was left.
Right.
I said, sure, no problem. She said, just be here by 10:30. I was there by 10:30, trust me. And I was able to go through what was left, and she gave it to me for free, but I still gave them a donation because they had like a donation box, and I gave them a donation because I felt that you gave it to me for free. Why not? So definitely don't be afraid to tell people what you do. Colleen is a new member of the channel.
Awesome.
Dawn, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? And most of the time, we don't know what they have. Exactly. They may add things and they want to get rid of. You just never know. Colleen, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. I got something. It's time for the morning chair dance. And guess who's in the chat? Birthday girl, I Spy Queen. She's here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Anitra.
This is for you, Colleen. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it.
The dollars, let me have it, please. I got the dollars.
Let him have.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let him have it with no problem. Let him have it.
And Colleen, this is for you as well.
Attention, attention, new member.
I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend and family member of the Cajun Roots Reseller channel.
Thank you, thank you. And thank you so much, Colleen. And Michael, that is a good point. Check out the govdeals.com. I found one here locally in my city, and I was able to pick up some great lots for really cheap. I got an office lot for $10. I got a craft lot for $32, and I've already made my money back just on the 2 items that I sold in there. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's a great website. You just put your zip code in and you just check and see what's available around in your area. You're welcome, Anitra.
Yeah, and I live in a college town, so when they have turn, when the kids are going home for the summer, they just put their stuff out on the street, you know, on the side. And you can go through that and stuff, you know, pretty good deals.
Young Magic says there are some stores out here where they know my husband and I are resellers, so they actually direct us to goods stuff, new stuff when we stop.
That's great.
That's right. Don't be afraid to tell people what you do. It's amazing on how many videos I've been watching where some people just don't want to say what they're doing. It's amazing on how some people say, well, oh, I'm looking this up for my boyfriend. I'm looking this up to see if I'm sending a message to so-and-so, and you can see they're looking at the comms. Come on. Why are you doing that? It doesn't matter. It's okay.
I just am a YouTuber and I sell an auction.
That's right. All right, you guys, I gotta go. Well, thank you, Anitra, and I hope you have a great birthday. Have a great birthday. And Claudette, hello, good morning, and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you. So there's a lot of great information out there for resourcing. You don't necessarily just have to be, especially if you're homebound or you don't get out a lot, and you don't have the ability to go out to like weekends where people mostly go to garage sales, estate sales, and things like that. Thrift stores. There's all kind of other ways you can source. Tina says the estate sales are a good place to find new leads. Yep. I love shopping in the mom and pop type of shops.
Yes.
Yep, exactly. And I also like shopping at the shops that are local, but they also have some type of charity work where they do and give things proceeds to local communities. People live in their own faces, shove it, their phone. So why am I even question it? Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah. Cons is closing all 550 states nationwide. Never heard of Cons.
I haven't either.
Dumpsters at their stores closed. Really? Well, I bet them dumpster divers are enjoying that.
Yeah.
That is a nice lead.
I can't do a dumpster.
I can't either. I don't know if it's because of my back or just because of the concept of getting things out of a dumpster. I don't know. I just mean.
Mine's my age.
Ella's auctions at 1 today, y'all. There's the link.
Awesome.
It's a little sleazy. Lying about what you do. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I am not afraid. Like the lady at the church, when I got in touch with her, because I was going to donate stuff, which I was trying to get rid of anyway. And so there were certain things they were not taking. So everything they did take that I donated, the rest of it went to Salvation Army.
Right.
So there's sometimes where people won't be taking certain things, which is fine because they're trying to keep things in, I guess, low space, the amount of space they have. So you got to kind of work at that as well. But don't be afraid to tell people what you got, because you'll be amazed on the stuff you can make a good deal on. Is there any other type of places that you have gone to that you were able to do some good bulk buying other than the one buyout?
Well, like I'll follow a couple of people on here that sell bulk. Big Barn I buy from. Locker Nuts I'll buy from. Donatella I buy from. But you got to be able to make your money back. So you got to be very picky and stuff. But when I am stuck with something that doesn't sell, we have a resale shop here in town that takes stuff like that. That is so perfect. I'll try to sell something 3-4 times over, and if it finally doesn't sell, I'll donate it to them. Because I've already made the money on the other stuff, so I can afford to donate that, and that's my write-off for my taxes.
And that's what I'm about ready to do. I have some stuff I'm going to be processing and donating because I already made my money out of that lot, and I don't have the time to get there and go through all of it. So yeah, that's what I'm about ready to choose. Texas Val, hello, good morning, welcome. It says Beth, the reseller rowboat, says mentioning that rag stores are another place to look into sourcing. I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
Interesting. Let's check and see if we have any here. Never heard of it. Let's see. Uni Magic says I cannot do dumpsters because when we were homeless and had no food, my dad would drive around the grocery stores. Oh, yeah, it's amazing what they throw away. Yes, please don't forget the thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it.
Thumbs up.
Thing.
Yeah, and the better the clothes. Like I also do clothes, and I try and find the stuff that's very clean, or new. New is the best.
Yep.
And make sure it is clean. I smell the clothes. Make sure it's not smoke. People do smoke, and I like my stuff to go to people clean.
Yeah. Michael says when I had a warehouse, friends would drop off to me instead of donating. Never hurts to let people know what you do. Exactly.
Yeah, That's what people would do when I had a thrift store years back. I'd find bags at my door and it's like, okay, where'd this come from? Do I dare open it? And then somebody stopped in later and says, I brought some stuff for you. Donate it to your store. Oh, okay.
Awesome. Good morning, Renee. I didn't either. Starving. Yeah. And then Susie, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? I need a buddy to dumpster dive. Otherwise, it's a no. Yeah. You have to have somebody with you.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you go to some of these places, and depending on what time of the day you go.
Make sure you take a ladder and a step stool.
MJ and Beans, they do the dumpster diving. I think they changed their channel name, where they would take a lot of that too, and they go and feed the homeless, the homeless shelters. You got to be careful with that too, because like in New Orleans, we at our church, we used to do a feed the homeless every Sunday. Would make like bags with fruits and snacks and drinks and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and things like that. And then one day we got stopped by the cops saying we cannot do that, that we have to take, if we keep wanting to do it as a church function for ministry, we had to bring it to a homeless shelter. So that's where you would have to bring it, and we were not able to do it anymore where we were doing it. So we had to stop. Yeah. So you have to be careful with that. I know our hearts are there, but a lot of times some states don't, some areas don't allow it, especially certain cities. There's the birthday boy. Andrew, happy birthday. How are you doing? Trouble has arrived. You're not getting too old. You're not getting old for that, Andrew. Don't forget, you can go to your local shops and offer to add their inventory. That's another thing Tina does. I need to email you, Tina, too. Consignment. Some people do consignment.
Done that.
I've done a consignment once before. And it's not easy because you have to keep that separate in a separate inventory list. But it can be done if you're willing to do so. We put 30 restored leather jackets in a local pawn shop on consignment. Don't get paid until they sell. Exactly. So again, you don't have to worry about storage either. You're right. That's right. Happy birthday. It is a hard way to go, but it is a way. Yeah, it sure is. See, back in the 60s, restaurants could donate left. Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Yep. All right, let's see. We had a red and orange tag day last Friday in that mall. 50% off. Wow, Goodwill. Yeah, some places too, if you're considered a senior citizens, they also give you 25% off on Tuesdays. Yep. Yeah, you got to be careful. What's up, 710? How are you doing this morning? Good morning, hello, and welcome. Let's see. They are afraid of lawsuits. Ooh. Yes, you got to be careful. So many birthdays. There's a lot of birthdays this month on the calendar. If y'all check it out. Yep. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask away in the chat. I told my friend what I do and ended up doing a
buyout.
Wow.
Awesome.
I watched a video the other day where somebody bought a whole thing of aluminum burgers, I think for $10 for the whole thing. And just one of them was sold for over $125.
Oh, yeah. Very pricey. Very pricey.
Yeah. So you got to look out for that too.
Hi, Ella.
One item in the whole pack that can make your money plus.
Oh,
Ella. Hello, good morning and welcome. Ella, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Welcome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop the links now in the chat. If anybody would like to come on and join us on the panel for the topic of the day, you're more than welcome to come on up. Let's see. What was this? It said hours together. Getting those sleeves done. So out of curiosity, with all that fabric you purchased in a bulk buy, were you able to sell it, or were you able to keep some to do your own projects?
Oh, I kept some because there was a lot of horse fabric in there, and my kids are into horses and stuff. So I kept a lot of that to make them things for their houses and stuff. But most of the kits went. There's a couple of kits I did keep. They're for like wall hangings, and but I do a lot of quilting, so I do use fabric.
Yeah, that's one good thing about it too. When you're doing a buyout, no matter what it is, you also can look at, is it something you need? Or
yeah.
You
definitely.
Because that can help you as well for your cost of good.
Oh yeah.
And it says, yes. I have done 2 Avon buyouts and did very well with them. I recently did an Avon buyout as well. All new in box, which I got to get those worked on and listed because that was a good little buy.
Avon
don't
sells
take the
good.
money. I have a ton.
Mary Kay sells really good.
Sold fabric on a few different quilting Facebook page.
I've done that too.
Interesting. That's right, Andrew. Make a video.
I used to buy my fabric on the Facebook pages too.
I remember when I first started sewing, I bought some off of Etsy because it was some fabric I needed for a particular quilt that somebody ordered. And it was amazing on how I was able to find what I was looking for on Etsy as well. Because there you can also list your fabric there if you need to.
Yeah.
Especially when it's something you may need to just, okay, it's just sitting there. You know, I'm not doing anything with it. I thought I was going to sell a bunch of glass last night. Instead, I sold a ton of rocks.
I seen that. Yeah.
You'll be surprised what people are buying these days. What's up,
Yeah.
Todd? Hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. The link is at the top of the chat. It is pinned to the top. Make sure you do not tap on the three dots. Just click anywhere in the box, and the link will be there for you to come on up if you would like to. Just make sure you have your camera and your mic set up because it will not allow you to come on until you have those set up. And if anybody has any questions but having to do with the resale and the ways we're talking about today on buyouts, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, you get a chance to get a buyout. Make some money on it. You can make some money on it.
And again, like one of the questions about funds, you got to make sure when you're ready to do something like that. And then one of the things about reselling is always put your money back into the business because that's what it is. It's considered a business, unless you're doing it as a hobby. But anytime you go to purchase things like that, you want to make sure you have some kind of funds in your backup, savings, so to say, to where you can be ready to do something like that.
Yeah.
You never know when that opportunity is going to come up, especially if you're at a garage sale, even at estate sales. I've seen where some people, especially if it's not a big company that's running it, and you let them know what you're doing, they will let you know to come back after the complete sale has been done, and they'll sell you what's left if you're interested. So don't be afraid of that as well.
That's a great idea too. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah, I do like going to estate sales and, of course, rummage sales. And some people are a little high on their prices, you know.
Right.
Then later on, you go the next day or something, it's way priced down.
And again, sometimes they want to do that on the second or third day. They do half price, you know. And then by the time that's over, I know the two companies I deal with up here, what they do is they have a warehouse that they bring it to. And then once a month, if you're registered with them, you can go in and shop even in there. And they still are making deals with you when you purchase. So it can be done.
Yeah. We have one resale shop in town here that it's gotten some negativeness towards it because when you see the word resale, you figure, okay, you can dicker with them, you know, dicker them down. But they won't do that. They're actually quite rude. So I don't go there anymore.
Unimatter says, I'm hoping to hit the big highway yard sales. I know there's one I thought somebody was saying, I think it was Scott that was saying this weekend in Michigan. It goes across the whole state.
Wow.
Last week, I think, I think it was last week, they had the 127 sale. Or that might be, I don't remember, but that's some good places to go too.
Yeah, Minnesota has one. It's called the 100-mile sale.
I miss having space. Used to have a 3,600 square foot. Now I have 90 square feet rooms. Oh, wow. That's a big cut down in space. Yeah. Just getting the jet, Andrew. My location sucks for good thrift shops. They are all either too expensive or just junk. Yeah.
Yeah, I've run into a few of those. Those are mostly find them in the small towns. They're real
and nothing
small.
like the country. You're right about that one. You'd be surprised what you can find in the countries, especially these little shops or yard sales. So if anybody has any questions, you're more than welcome to ask away in the chat. We're talking about buying wholesale, buyouts kind of things. So Jennifer, you're getting the limousine picked up by Andrew to you. Funny. You may not have seen my connection above. Be aware if able and clear out, as it does not sell. I donated. Well, I thought you told me you did really well with it because I did read your comment.
Yeah,
I've been doing well with my Avon. but I'm very picky on what I purchase. I don't buy just anything. One of the things I stay away from is the Avon perfume bottles, unless they're new in the box, the original box it came in.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't just buy any Avon.
Now, I usually look for the jewelry in the Avon, or because I used to sell Avon, and you kind of know what sells. There's some of their makeup.
Let's see. I want a limo. That's right. Bring up in a limo. Comment bit connected. Huh? Let me go back up and look for it. Did I misread it? Right here. Yes, my Avon all were in new boxes. Be careful with the doctor. Okay, that was earlier. Hurricane relief. Here we go. Right here. I sold a lot of ton of fabric.
Yep. Read that one.
I know she came right here. I told my friend. I'm just looking for that comment to make sure I didn't read it wrong. No, I can't find it. All right, that's where you came in. Everybody saying happy birthday.
Do your research. That's the best thing to do is do your research. Make sure you've got the space for it when you buy out. And of course the cost and what you can figure you can sell it for.
Yeah, right here. I have done 2 Avon buyouts and did very well with them, is the other comment you made. I've sold a ton of the fabric on the Facebook. Yeah, we got your comment. And then this one, I sold a new box. Be careful with the deodorant. It doesn't. Yeah, I don't do Avon deodorant or like the cologne and perfumes. So I try to stay away from anything that's like empty because they don't sell. I've only did 1 or 2 here and there and they sold, but it depends on what it is. But a lot of times the only ones I have sold are the ones that are in the box, still new sealed, even though they're older. You still have people that are looking for those certain scents. Now, the only thing I have found that does sell well is the Skin So Soft.
Yes.
That constantly will be selling. So yeah. Let's see here.
That was my biggest seller.
I made thousands of them. Yeah, just not. Yeah, I don't deal with the deodorant. I stay away from that. Yeah. I never did use it when I was younger either. I just didn't like it. Right. I don't do well with new or used on jewelry. Used on jewelry. Dawn says working with groups listening. Well, thank you. And I hope everything's going well for you. I was honored several wire wraps pieces sold last night too. Wow. Who showed you were on last night? Clean out. And that's another thing you can do, clean outs. Like, for example, when somebody's trying to move out, I've seen a lot of people do this. Nana Tink is one of those where they'll take an, even if it's a neighbor, somebody just wants the house cleaned out before they put it up for sale. A lot of times you can even do that with somebody's goods inside their home. The only thing is you got to remember 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to clean it out. In other words, get everything out of it to be ready to go. Again, you have to get your ducks in a row. You have to make sure to, when you're doing this, what's the agreement? What do you have to do? Do you just remove the stuff and they're going to clean the house after you're done? Some people require that you clean it as you go. So you got to make sure you get all that in writing when you're doing that, because that's a great way to get inventory as well. Good morning, Hetty. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. I tend to avoid anything Avon. It does not do well. And again, it depends. I stay away from colognes that are not in boxes, that are used and open. I don't do deodorants. I stay away from all that. You will get a better deal if you catch them when they are over it. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get their buyout, buyout.
Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? I've sold tons of new inbox Avon. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I'll stay away from that. You're gonna learn eventually what to stay away from. One of the biggest things you can always do too is when you're searching on like for comps, search for what's sold. When it comes to that Avon, I always search for what's sold, not what's listed.
Yep. We did too, Renee. Skin So Soft was great for homemade horsefly spray.
Yeah. The toddy bow. Gotta run, everyone. All right, Randy. So Unimagic, whose show you were on last night?
I think she was on Scooter Renee's.
Oh, okay. I see it in the chat now. Scooter Renee at the top. Then I must have passed that one.
Yeah, I popped in there.
I used to get so soft on my heart. Yep. I've heard that before. Let's see here. Papa Smurf, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. They're having their own conversation back and forth. Don't forget, it's Andrew's birthday today, and I Spy Queen and Nitro's birthday today.
Those snow babies are cute.
About to get educated on them. I love selling snow babies.
Yes.
I cannot keep them long enough. When I buy them, I sell them pretty quick.
Yeah.
Scooter Renee. Okay. Let's see. No worries. I made 5,000 on both Avon buyouts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you have to. You have to cut your loss on some things.
You can also donate them to shelters. You can also donate them to the shelters.
Yes, snow babies do really well, especially if you find them new in the box or with the styrofoam, original styrofoam. They can go for some good money. I have sold a lot of those by doing that. Especially when you go to a garage sale or a church sale and people have these up for sale, grab them. Try to get them as cheap as you can. Autocorrect.
Yeah, the church sales are a lot of fun to go to. I wish we had more of them around here. We did back where I used to live.
Now I'll have to think about where you saw them at. Yeah, you got it. You got to be ready to get those because they do sell well. A lot of times they sell fast. Just make sure you're pricing them a good bit too. You know, be willing to come down on your price a little bit, but I don't mind setting them up a little high because I can always take offers. Do you sell the snow babies on eBay? eBay the fastest. Yep. Also, don't forget if somebody's trying to buy a sellout or do a buyout for like Christmas ornaments, Shiny Bright. That is another one that is really well for me. Shiny Brights is one of the biggest Christmas ornaments I sell too. What's up, Harry? Good morning, hello, and welcome. Been break? You on break? Where are you, D?
Where am I, D? Stillwater, Oklahoma. We've been here 6 years. Otherwise, I'm originally from Minnesota.
That is an awesome buy right there.
Yeah.
47 pieces for $20. That's a good deal.
That's 50 cents a piece.
Yeah, that is an awesome buy. And it doesn't have to be a big buyout, just like this one.
Yeah.
That's an awesome buyout.
It's a great buyout. I'd pay it.
Just kidding about the snow babies. 15 years, Michael. Yep, and you just never know where you're gonna find them at. If you're look them up. Look them up.
You're not too far from me.
So yeah, where y'all neighborhoods?
Yeah.
Your neighbors. So yeah, definitely don't be afraid. Again, try to make sure you keep your money outside as far as when you do have extra cash coming through. To be able to buy these kind of things. You just never know when it's going to fall in your laps. A friend was trying to give me a batch of willow trees. And you know, I don't pick those up. And they do sell. I just don't pick them up.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few that I haven't sold yet. Yeah. I just don't pick those up. And I guess in my mind, and I know they're selling. Some places they are and some they're not. For me, when it comes to things like that, I'm very, I don't know, it's just my way of thinking with angels, because that's what they mainly are, or figurines. I don't like dealing with angels with no face, unless it's something like glass or a candle holder or something like that. I know there's just something about it. I stay away from those. That's just me. But they are selling. Every time I see those, I think of Cracker Barrel, because that's where you see a lot of them at.
Yeah, they're in those little side stores.
Yeah. Don't forget, Dawn and Susie Woozy are going live from their doghouse on Dawn's channel at 9:30. And as far as I heard, Susie Woozy started moving into her new home yesterday.
Awesome.
So they will be going live to where she'll probably be doing a little sneak peek of the house and the yard. And from what I understand, it's a beautiful place. So that's where they're going to be this morning. I am such a glass. Oh,
I am too.
Yeah.
I love glass.
Yeah, it's a good rabbit hole to go down. Teach them how to list means, Renee. Yes, teach them. Yes, that's a great way to get them started. You know these, and that's just me too. I just don't like faceless angels. It's just me.
Certain pieces I like of theirs.
Yeah, Catherine. Hello, good morning, and welcome. I've seen a lot of good pieces, but I don't deal with those. That's just me. Everybody has their preference. There's certain things that I just don't pick up, and that's one of them.
Right.
Just like some people don't do clothing. Very seldom I'll pick up a piece of clothing.
You got to know your customer line. Some may take mediums and some may take 2X's. So you got to kind of cater to those.
And you have to be willing to kind of carry a lot of different sizes too.
Yeah.
But for me, main thing I've been picking up when I find vintage Boy Scouts outfits, or if they have the whole thing like the scarf and the clips and things like that, or the belts or the things that they wear across for their badges, I do well with those. So if I find something like that, I will buy it.
Yeah.
If it's a good price, especially at a estate sale.
Right.
I'm not into clothes. Yeah, I very seldom will do clothing.
I very seldom do it also.
And it's some things that's not worth it. So you got to figure out what's best for you.
Yeah.
Just like these buyouts. A lot of people cannot do big buyouts. You got to be willing to have the space, the time, the research to do the things that you have to before you even make that final bid of what you're willing to pay for it.
Right.
I had a bunch of willow trees took over to sell. So I kind of, you're going to do well with the snow babies.
Yeah.
I only pick up snow babies that are in the box with the styrofoam. That's just my thing I do on snow babies. A lot of times, if I find snow babies that are just out on the shelf, I don't pick those up. I just
no.
Yeah.
But make sure when you do go into these thrift stores and they have some glassware in boxes, be sure and take them out of the box to make sure they're not broken. Because I found some at Goodwill that are broken, and it's like, how can they try and sell this if it's broken? Yeah.
And a lot of times people, I know I've done it when I first started. You get excited about something you see, you get ready to go to purchase it because you're ready to resell it. And then you get home and you expect it even more. That's why we made the comment. I think it was last Tuesday, it might have been last week, in reference to when you're going out sourcing. Don't be afraid to bring a black light, a regular flashlight. Keep yourself a couple of things of screwdrivers, all your different sizes, all your different types, because especially electronics. I've learned my lesson the hard way on that one. And when you open the back and look at the battery compartment, is it corroded? Is it to where you can fix it? Now, there are some times that I can fix. There is ways you can clean the compartments if they're a little rusted, but if you have a lot of corrosion, it's no good, because a lot of times the corrosion will eat up on the connections and you can't keep it.
You can. Yeah, and then I pick up some bulk watches too, and all they need is cleaning and batteries. But there's just a certain kind.
That's a good thing. As long as they're in the boxes, you're good. I'm not saying that the other ones that are not in boxes won't sell. For me, I pick them up only when they're in the boxes with their original styrofoam.
Yeah.
A lot of times I find they don't do well without the box. Johnny, I didn't hear, so you sell those snow babies? Yes, I do sell those faster on eBay. When it comes to snow babies, I do not bring them to YouTube auction. No. I immediately list them, and I always list them on eBay. Now, there are some that if I get, I do cross-post to Posh because they sell so fast, but very few and far between. But eBay is my to-go-to one for the snow babies.
Yep.
Yes, Denise, I concur with the customers and sell directly. Yes. I mean, I do quality control for each item. Why black lights are called black lights? Because of the coloring of the bulbs. They're not a bright light. They just don't have a bright light, don't have a bright idea. But that is a good question. Well, I guess because 9 times out of 10, the casing is black, but the bulbs are dark blue.
Right.
Maybe that's why. Because of the way it gives a glow off of items.
Yeah. I also take my little magnifying one, that my purse one, so you can check the names on the back of brooches, you know, things that people miss when they put in the rummage sales.
Well, also too, with a black light, one good thing too is because there are some pieces of jewelry that do glow, especially your rubies, your stones of rubies.
Yeah.
Every time I'm going to an antique shop or when we're going out to thrift shops, I have in my carry bag that I bring with me. It has the magnetic earth magnet, the black light, and then I have my little screwdrivers in my bag because you just never know when you're going to need them.
Right.
If you have to always bring a couple of the, like 9 times out of 10, the only things I don't carry is the D or the C batteries.
Right.
I do carry some AAA and AA's because 9 times out of 10, that's what they take.
Yeah.
And a very strong magnet. I use what's called an earth magnet. If you get on your eBay, I believe this is in my my description for kits. This one I got in my jewelry testing. It's an earth magnet. This is a little bit more stronger. My other magnet's on the other side over there. It's a little bit stronger than a regular magnet. So if there's any hint of something that will stick, it will. Yep. You want to have an earth magnet.
Yeah. This one is really strong.
and you will know, especially when you're outsourcing. But I never pass up on jewelry and use my black light because it's amazing what you can find. Why don't people think? I don't know about that one, Scarlett. That's a strong question. You might not want to ask. You might not want the answer to that one. Yes, magnets to check for jewelry. Yes. Yep. Because a lot of times, that's another thing. You may pick up something that says in the marking 925.
Right.
But you got to remember, anybody can mark a piece of jewelry 925. That doesn't mean it's real, and it is not real silver. It means it's maybe another type of metal. So with the magnet, if it is marked 925 and it sticks to that magnet,
that's not real.
It's not real. It's another form of metal. So that'll be another besides testing. You will still want to test it.
Definitely.
Use it for magnets for your jewelry. Especially
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Johnny. Why do people use 18 karat tester on sterling?
We had that question on Tuesday, I believe. I asked that question too. Evidently, you still can use the silver, but 18 karat will turn the acid blue if it's real silver. Okay. So you can use the 18 carats to acid test because it will turn it blue. It's better. It's an easier way for people to see the color.
Okay.
We had that conversation, I think it was Tuesday, where if you use the silver acid test, what's going to happen is it'll turn like a rusty brown, and some people can't really tell the difference if it turns silver or browns or something. So that's why they use the 18 karat, because it turns it blue and it's automatically noticeable.
You can see it better. Okay.
Yeah. I asked that question. We had it on Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah. I missed that one.
Why is caramels called caramels? It's almost spelled in
caramel called caramel.
Let's see. Just misunderstood. You're misunderstood. Good morning, Lisa. How are you doing? Good to see you. So yeah, you can test, it has to be 18 karat. My worst bulk buy, a box of 100 remotes from YouTube creator. He must have put the crap ones in the box instead of warning to reset them. At 30% failure rate. The best way to test a remote control of any kind is you turn your phone on, you turn the camera on. When your camera is turned on, you will take the remote control, make sure it's got some good batteries in it, and you press any button on there. When you do that, I actually talked about it in one of my videos. You will see through your camera that it'll turn purple. The lights will turn purple on your phone when testing remote controls. Oh. That way, if you're trying to list a used remote control, because they do sell, always use your camera. And I do, when I'm listing a remote control, that's one of the pictures I use. I'll go into a darker area. So when you click any button on the remote, the camera will turn it purple. So take a picture of it that way. That way, when you test it, you'll have it in your proof that it's working in your listing. I love doing that. But yeah, you got to be careful with that. It is easy to see the blue on the black stains. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let's see, because you know, because you know. Hello, Jane. Hello, good morning and welcome. I love it. I find I can sell silver tested results better on my white stone instead of the usual black stones. Yeah, that does make a big difference too. Yes, I did that test on each one of them. Yeah, definitely make sure you do that, and that's the best way to do it. I've done that even when we had the bins, and that's why it's good to carry batteries with you, like those AAA and AA's, because 9 times out of 10 those remotes take those, so you can pop in some batteries and test it on your phone, especially if it's a good remote control, and you can pick those up at the bins for very cheap. Very interesting, Johnny. Well, thank you, Papa Joe. Smurf. Yeah, I've always done that with remotes. And if we had the bands and Robert and I will separate. We'll go on each end. And if he finds some, he'll bring it to me. What about these? You want to test these? You know how I test them. So yeah. Yes, I sent the buyer the pictures before I shipped them out to confirm they were still working. Ah, there you go. Yes, some remotes could go for good money. Don't be afraid to pick up those remotes and test them. Use your phone.
I have to try that with my remotes here.
Let me get my remote right here. I'm going to show you.
Yeah, I do too on a Magic.
All right, I'm going to do the remotes to give you an idea. For example, this is a Roku remote. Let me make myself big so y'all can see this.
Okay.
All right. This is a Roku remote. You see that blinking light?
Yep.
That's a good remote. This is for a sound bar.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
It turns it purple and it blinks, or it pulsates. Now here is a TV remote for a Insignia.
Oh, okay. See what you mean now. Yeah.
When you do that, when I do listings for used remotes, I do this and take pictures, or I even do a small video, and then I can go back and get a still picture of it to put in my listings.
Wow.
I don't do a lot of remotes, but when there's some good brands, I do. Yeah. And that's how you would test it right on your phone. I always make sure to run a video or take pictures as I'm doing it. So I use both hands, and I even snap pictures for it. So yeah, very easy test.
I like learning. I'm always wanting to learn different things. And
that's what it's good about the morning show. That's what we do. I love all the stuff I learn here. Thank you. They're having their own little conversation. To reset a remote, take out the batteries first. Yes, you can also do that too as well. Inside, there's a button that you reset. If you have to reset them, 9 times out of 10, they're in the battery compartment. That is a good point, Renee.
Okay. That's good.
Sometimes it just needs a reset, especially if it's those universal ones. You have to reset it on the inside before you test it. But yeah, you can reset them on the inside, especially those universal ones. Good morning, Tia Nanas. Well, hello, good morning, and welcome. Great tips. Yeah, and I love sharing that kind of stuff. To see, they have their own little comments going on. Are you back, Andrew? He's probably going to eat birthday cake. That's right. Nietzsche's birthday today.
Blow out those candles.
If you want to find Tia Nanas, if you're up in the mornings, like when I get up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and I turn the computer on and get ready, sitting up and drinking my coffee, you can find her on the karaoke channels in the morning singing her heart out.
Oh, she's got a beautiful voice.
I need to go hear that beautiful voice she got.
Yeah, her and Victoria both have beautiful
from
voice.
The morning are going happy, Andrew. Yeah, right. That's one reason I love coming to Johnny's channel. Always learn. Well, that's what we're all about. And again, that's why I bring different guests now on every Tuesday and Thursday, because we feed off each other when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I love that. So yeah, if anybody has any other questions, feel free to ask away in the chat. He wanted me to time him out. Oh, that was his birthday gift. Okay. Well, you better watch what you ask for, Andrew, because she has the power of the chat. Cake is not big enough.
Wow.
You got about that one, Andrew. And you're welcome, Tia Nanas. And look, and that's Donna. I when I wake up in the morning, it's amazing on how many people are on these channels that have amazing voices.
Yes.
Andrew, no, I say okay. So yeah, definitely. Don't be afraid to check that kind of stuff out. Make sure you bring your little goodie bag with you when you're going out sourcing. You just don't know what you're gonna find.
Yeah, definitely.
He likes it when I mean it. There you go.
And they don't mind that you're doing that.
I love when people say eyes don't glaze over. Talking about another sourcing of glasses. Yeah.
Oh, you're just ready to go into bed.
I believe it. Because someone come up and like, y'all are up still doing this. Well, everybody, thank y'all so much. It's getting to that time. I don't want to keep too much of Dee Dee's time. Again, she does all the shows on her channel as well, and other channels, and guests on other channels. So before we do get ready in the show, I want you to give out any tips you can for those who are thinking about or even contemplating buying bulk items or buyouts. What would be some of the tips you would give them, and then promote your channel before we go to exit?
Yeah, before you buy out, make sure you have the space. That's the biggest thing, is space. I don't have a lot of space, but at the time when I bought all the fabric, I had shelves and I had a big, huge dresser. I kept all that stuff in, and I still have a dresser full. I'll probably be doing another fabric sale in the near future sometime, but the biggest thing is space, and also the cost of goods. You want to make your money back as fast as possible, and then everything else is reinvest into the business or save it for another big buyout. And I have auctions 5 days a week. 3 of those days I'm with Dawn. 2 of those days I'm on my channel with Dawn. And we do have surprise guests, and we welcome guests. If anybody's interested to come on our shows, just email us and we'll see what we can do. But I want to thank you all for having me. Thank you, Johnny.
And thank you for coming on up. Jennifer did drop her link, by the way. If you haven't checked out her channel, also you can find her on the calendar for every show there. Her and Dawn's channel, they do collaborate together with guests. So definitely check that out. Anna Mora, hello, good morning, and welcome. Everyone have a great day. Yes, and Tina, if you would, come on after the show. I have a question for you. She is 48 away. 48 away from what? Let's get closer. Who's close to 500?
Me.
You?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that, Dawn and Mary from Two Hip Chicks just got the notification last night. They are getting monetized. They hit their 800 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, whatever it was they needed.
Wow.
So definitely check them out. They are going live today at noon. So definitely check them out. And there's Dawn's channel. That's who Dee collaborates with. They do a lot of different shows during the week, and they bring guests on.
Yep.
Also, don't forget, if you have anything you would like to show tomorrow for the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It, please make sure to email me the link of the item that's sold. If you're not sure how to share the link, just take a screenshot off the platform you sold the item on, and I can find it.
That's fun. I like coming on there and doing that. Seeing how
then,
close I get.
In your email, make sure you include how much you paid for it, where did you get it, and maybe how long it took to sell. Because that all helps in the chat when I'm talking about the things and sharing the pictures on Fridays. It's a game that we play. No one's right or wrong. It's just making you think about things when you're going out sourcing on the weekend, because, again, it's a Friday. So we have fun with it, and it's fun to see what people say in the chat.
Yeah.
And also don't forget to check out Dee's channel, and make sure you're following her, because she will also be on my show 3 times next month.
Yep,
well, this
3
month.
times.
This month. We're already in August.
August, yeah, it's August now, this month.
Hello, Liz. Welcome. Liz is also new to the channel. Thank you so much, Liz.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Yeah. So as I say before in each and every show, the link is at the top of the chat. Remember, do not click on the 3 dots. Just click on the box. It'll open. And there's a link if you would like to come on after the show's over. We do some one-on-ones, and we chit-chat and talk of things in the back room and answer questions and things like that personally if we need to for whatever reason. So you're more than welcome to join me after the show's over. Don't forget, go to my Posh Closet. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am doing a share show. If you have a Posh Closet, make sure to tag me in some of your items so I can make sure to follow you on your Posh Closet. Yesterday, I just found out that Regina posted some items on her Posh Closet. I went in there and shared everything that she had. I
Yeah.
love sharing people's stuff out, especially if you're new and just getting started.
Yeah.
That'll be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Posh Closet. If you need to check that out, it is in my links right below the channel. Hello, Pam. Good morning. Hello and welcome. And again, remember, every Tuesday and Thursday, I do a special guest. So if you have a way that you like to share out how you buying your items, different ways of sourcing, send me an email and I'll be glad to add you to the next week's show. So I try to do that every Tuesday and Thursday. So as I say before I end each and every show, love always, love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day until we meet again later. Peace out. And y'all come back. Now you're here. And thank you so much, Ms. D, for taking the time to be with us this morning.
Thank you, Johnny.